Hi everyone, this is Tina with Dirt Therapy, and today I'm going to show you some of the new plants that I picked up and where they're going to go. Now there is one thing that I have no idea where I'm going to put, but I could not pass it up. It was 50% off, and of course I'll find a place for it. The first thing I wanted to show you is this beautiful Rose of Sharon tree. I absolutely love it, and I'm going to turn it around a little bit. I mean, you can see that it's a little bit crooked, but it's okay. We'll just level it out in the ground, but I want to kind of turn it around so you can see the flowers. They're just absolutely beautiful. Now we've had a spider that keeps building a nest, like a web here between the branches and the post here. So I've had to wait to turn it around until we could get a good sight on it away from the spider. It's gone now. But look at this blooms. Oh, they're so beautiful, and they're all covered. It's all covered with blooms. So I'm so excited to get this planted. I, in fact, got this at the box store for 50% off. So I could not be more thrilled with it. I have a couple other perennials. Now these are shade perennials, and I've never seen these before. These were a new thing for me. So I'm gonna plant these in our shade garden that's going in the back, but it's called a toad lily. I have never seen it before. So this is definitely something different for me. It is a shade tolerant plant, and I believe that it was, I looked it up, and it was like a zone 5, down to a zone 5. And I really like the little dainty flowers of it. I think those just look so pretty, and pinks and purples are kind of really where I am really leaning towards. In fact, I have some things that are on the orangier side and bright yellow, and they really just don't go with my aesthetic anymore. So I am going to be taking some of those out and trying to transform some of the areas that have those big pops of color, and I'm going to tone it down. So it's just, I've just realized that I don't like certain colors, and I really would like to have a more muted pinks, purples, whites tones in the garden. I think that the tree itself is going to go in our backyard, and I explained that the other shade tolerant plants are going to also go in the backyard. However, I just am not absolutely sure where we're going to put this hibiscus tree. I have a feeling that I'm going to end up putting it in the tree border. I think that's going to be the best place for it, but we'll just wait and see. I just wanted to show you all of the hibiscus in bloom right now in our front island. Right now, the front island has become my favorite flower bed. I am just in awe with how beautiful it really looks. With the beautiful fuchsia colored blooms from the Summerific to the beautiful hibiscus that have the pink and white and a little touch of the darker pink, almost red up here, just looks so good. And I flanked it on either side. So most of this flower bed is pretty symmetrical. Now, each end does not have that symmetrical look to it. So we've got the Sweet Romance lavender on either side. Not identical location, but pretty close. We've got the hibiscus on either side. We've got the agastache, the yellow agastache that you see there. It is also mimicked on either side. And then we have two of the purple fountain grasses. And let me zoom out a little bit so I can show you. So the purple fountain grasses. Now the purple fountain grasses are an annual here, so they aren't going to survive. But I did get another grass that I'm going to put in its location once we are ready. Then I just did some lemon coral sedum here in the front, along with some celosia, some stock, and ice plant. Now the ice plant is a perennial here. It has just moved into our zone, so we can technically do the ice plant now, and it is looking really good. This area over here has a lot more shade, so you'll see that I have some hostas in here. I am going to be planting another hosta, which is kind of sitting in its can still. I haven't had a chance to get out here and plant it, but I'm going to plant that one. That one is a Woo La La. So I'm pretty excited. It's going to take up a lot of space here, and I'm going to move these two smaller hostas. I'm going to move it towards the front. It's looking really good. So we've got the powwows here, and they are doing really well. I planted those powwows last year, and they are just looking really, really good. In front of them are celosias. I just planted a whole bunch of celosias here. And then we also have the cherry brandy rudbeckia that I planted. They were tiny from seed. They were tiny little plugs when I put them in here originally. And now they're just really taking off. Probably won't see any of the blooms this season, but next season they are gonna go strong for sure. They are a perennial as well here. You'll see a lot of dirt stirred up. So if you look underneath this plant here, between the celosias, we have raccoons that are just going crazy, digging up the mulch to get to grubs and worms and stuff like that. So they are not easy to remediate, to get rid of the raccoons. And of course, my husband still has to come finish the rock. It's not quite done yet, so the pretty side is on the outside, and that's really all that counts for right now. He'll get to it when he can. He just is unable to take care of every project all at once. So, and then we've got the phlox, they're reblooming. Those just look so cute. I forget the name of it, but they are Proven Winners ones. So I will see if I can find the name and throw it up on the screen here. Then we've got the back side where you can see the agastache, you can see penstemon on this side, and I've also got a repeat of the cherry brandy rudbeckia up here. So they'll be showing off next year as well. So it is coming along, considering that this bed itself is only a little bit over a year old. We came in last year, we dug all of the sod out of this area, formed up our flower bed, and brought in dirt and mulch and gave it kind of like a more mounded habit. So if you can see, it kind of slopes down into the yard. And our yard is naturally slopes because we live on a hill. And so from the curb to the bed area, it slopes down. So some of the area will get some really good water, but we also didn't want it to over flood the flowers. But they are getting good enough water here. I am watering them pretty well. But I do have some Veronica, some pink colored Veronica that I am going to plant right by this rock here. And I'm going to go get those now. Here's the Veronicas that I'm going to plant, and I think that all the different shades of pink still go really well together, and it's not too contradictory to each other. I think it's turning out really good. So I'm going to plant these here. Now Veronica is really good. It's also named Speedwell. So these Veronica are called Candela Hot Pink. I think they go really well with the rest of the flower bed. I'm really trying to go for pinks and purple themes with a little bit of pale yellow. Like that bright yellow is kind of really what I'm trying to get away from. But I think that the pinks of the agastache in the background, I think that those are going to do really well with this, with the rest of the pinks and purples that are going to be in this garden bed. They are a 12 to 16 inches. And just space them 10 to 12. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm getting bit by mosquitoes. We're at 71% humidity level today. It's only 85 degrees, but it feels a lot warmer. And they are hardy down to negative 30. So negative 30 is, I think, zone 4. Because we're in zone, so zone 5 is a minus 20 to minus 10. So yeah, I think this is a zone 4. which is a 20 to 30. So, and I love how they turn a little bit white up here towards the top as they're fading out. Very pretty. And you can shore them down to new growth and they'll rebloom. So this is probably the second bloom that these have had. In fact, if you look really closely, some of these tiny small areas here, these are all new buds down here. So once these are done, you can chop them off and then the new growth happens. In fact, here's some new growth here as well. So I'm just gonna put them in just like a little bit of a swoop there that kind of goes with the rest of the landscape. But before I do that, I need to go get my Biotone and my spade. The sun came out. It's been overcast all day, and then the sun comes out and it makes this area really hot. So I am taking some solace underneath the crab apple tree to plant these new Veronicas. And as you can see, I'm in some sun right here. So this is the Shadowland Woo La La. So, and it gets 36 to 48 inches wide. That is the reason why I really wanted it in this location, because it's gonna look so great. It does like those shady conditions, and really you're supposed to plant it like 5 feet apart, so no more than 60 inches. But I figure in this location I can kind of control a little bit, and it is a 3 through 9, so you can tell it already had a bloom on it, but I think it still looks really pretty. Like, it's not burned or anything, and it's been sitting in this location for a while now. Okay, I think it looks so much better. Just relocating that one hosta and then putting the Woo La La in that location just works really great. I am pretty pleased. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get the sprinkler on here because I don't have any drip irrigation. I only have hoses and watering cans. Until I get any type of drip irrigation or sprinkler systems, this is gonna have to do, but it's a labor of love. And that is going to do it for today's video. The Veronica and the hosta going to do very well where they are. Just going to have to water them and watch them, especially when we have such hot and humid temperatures going on right now. So thank you everybody, and we will see you next time. Have a great garden day.